Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Noah White here again. Thanks for tuning in for another video. Probably going to be a tech series video on the IS300. Hopefully you guys watched the last video. I took the car back to the track. I was able to run a 14.2 second quarter mile on 5 pounds of boost. I wish I could have got a few more runs in because I'm pretty sure this thing would run a 14.0. The air was getting better and better, but unfortunately I got knocked out of eliminations, so really couldn't make another run. But I do plan on going back. I'm trying to go back maybe in May. I'm not sure yet though, because I don't know. I'm trying to get a couple of my buddies to go with me, and I'm trying to see if they're going to be available. So I don't know. We'll see if I can get there or not. So for the Lexus today, I'm going to be installing the IS350 front calipers and the rotors, not from an F Sport, just the 2006 plus IS350. They're also from the GS350, F Sports, the IS300s, pretty much all of the newer ISs. There's a company called 350. I don't know if it's Pi or Phi, or I don't know, however he says it. It's this company right here. That company right there. He makes caliper adapter brackets, so definitely check out that website. It's just thatwebsite.com. So I'm not even going to pronounce it. I don't know how to say it right. I'm probably saying it wrong, but anyway, got the brackets from him. The brackets are about $200, and then obviously you're going to have to find calipers, and you're going to want to run a OEM sized IS350 rotor. So the main reason why I haven't done this yet is because on their website it specifically says you need to run an 18-inch wheel. I really don't want to run an 18-inch wheel. I know they don't look too bad on IS300s, but I'm just really not into big wheels, and to me that's a big wheel. So I would rather like to run a 17. Problem is there are only certain 17-inch wheels that will fit these rims. I know of two from some other IS guys that I know that are running this same brake setup. So I am going to try to see if these wheels will fit, or excuse me, if these brakes will fit behind the stock IS wheels. So I'm really hoping they will. I might have to grind a part of the caliper off. I am not sure yet, so I don't know. I'm just going to get this thing in the garage and jack it up and see where we get. Got all the projects just sitting outside, and let me tell you, man, yesterday, I'm actually filming this today, 2 days after I went to the drag strip. That day was about 80, I don't know, like 85 degrees, and now it's supposed to rain tomorrow. So you guys can see I'm dealing with some crazy weather, but IS is looking nice right now that I got it washed. But I don't know, guys, I have been wanting to get this thing painted, because the hood, it just looks terrible. Get some new headlights and stuff, but hopefully soon, we'll see. So I'm gonna get this thing in the garage and get to work. Alright, so this is the setup right here I plan on running. You can see these rotors are huge. The stock IS300 rotor is, I believe, 11.6 inches in diameter, and these 350 rotors are 13, I think almost 13.2 inches in diameter. So there's definitely a lot more surface area, and I'm all about brakes. I mean, as I mentioned before, I come from a road racing kind of background, and brakes, you know, I'm into that kind of stuff. But these things are huge. The kit comes with this aluminum spacer, and what you do is you actually pull off the stock, all the stock stuff, pull off the caliper, pull off the rotor, pull off the caliper bracket, and then you'll slide this onto the hub before you put the rotor on. This is kind of like a spacer behind the new rotor, and what that's going to do is allow the rotor to position itself correctly within the caliper. And then there's actually a bracket here, really nice bracket. Obviously there's two of this stuff. I just pulled out, you know, one of each from the box, but got these really nice aluminum brackets that are designed to allow you to run that caliper on the stock IS knuckle. So don't really have to do anything. The only thing you probably will have to buy, and everything is in their instructions, is this tap right here. Not every parts store was able to have one. I did go to Ace Hardware and I have it. This tap is a M14 by 1. Excuse me. I know it's not going to zoom in, but it's an M14 by 1.5 tap. That is the only thing you're going to need to do. So when you do this modification, basically there is no going back. So do be sure that you have wheels that clear, which obviously I'm not doing. So don't do as I do, because pretty much I'm just committing myself to this. I'm pretty sure I've seen someone run these brakes with the stock wheels, and so that's what I'm going off of, what the internet said. But we'll see. And then this is the caliper here. Like I said, this is from a 2006 plus IS350. It also comes on the 2013 plus GS350s, I believe, and the new IS300s, like 2018, 2019 IS300s. All this stuff's listed on his website. You can use this particular bracket to run either these calipers, or you can even run the RCF 6-piston calipers. Those will also fit as well with the same setup. So definitely just go check out their website. But I picked up these calipers off a guy on the My IS forum. If you guys aren't on there, definitely go check that out. But anyway, got these for a really good deal. They came orange. I didn't paint them orange. I'm going to just be painting them black, gloss black, and I'll have to probably order some more decals, or I might just leave them off. I'm not going to run an F Sport decal because, you know, this is not an F Sport. If anything, I'll put it like a Lexus decal on here and that'll be fine. But yeah, these calipers are true monoblocks. They're huge. They're 4-piston fixed calipers, meaning there's 2 pistons on this side, 2 pistons on this side, you know, obviously squeezing the caliper, whereas these are a 2-piston sliding caliper. They still work in theory, you know, in operation. They pretty much function the same. These are just not as robust under heavy braking. Probably you would never notice it, but I guess I'm gonna just install these mainly because I like brakes, and you know, it's pretty good eye candy, I guess. So yeah, let me just go in and jack this thing up, and actually I'm gonna be working on the left side of the car, but let me jack this up and I will show you guys what we're working with. That's a pretty big difference. You can see obviously the stock rotor is on the right and the new rotor is on the left. Not sure if you guys know how to take this off, but when I did take this off, you do have to remove this dust shield, which usually is sitting on here like this, but it's sitting behind here like this. There are pretty clear instructions. This kit does come with really good instructions, so just follow the instructions. Obviously, if you buy this kit, it's going to come with these instructions. I shouldn't have to really tell you what to do, but it does come with a new set of bolts as well. But I will tell you anyway. To remove this is just these 4 10mm screws that are literally just bolted on around the back side of the hub here. So I just used an offset 10mm wrench to get them off, and then usually there is a piece of metal connecting right here. I just used my Dremel and just cut this off and cut that off, and then I was able to just like slide this off of this hub. So you will have to cut this to get it off. Not sure if it's gonna fit with the new rotor. The new rotor might actually interfere with like the bottom lip of this, but I don't know. I'll figure that out when I get there, because I do want to run these, since when you're driving these do, you know, scoop air into the brakes. So I may have to modify this some in order to get the rotor to fit, but I don't know, we'll see when I get there, like I said. So All right, since my main goal here is to see if this will clear the stock brakes, all I did was tie up the caliper, the stock caliper. I don't want to disconnect it. By the way, this will reuse the factory Lexus brake lines, so you don't have to change them or anything. This is literally just a bolt-on affair. The only thing you have to do is tap this hole right here with that thread tapper, the M14 by 1.5. Aside from that, everything is pretty much bolt on. But you want to take this here shim. It does have a chamfered side right here. That side is going to go towards the hub like this, so that just slides on just like that. And after that, you'll just go ahead and slide on the rotor, and then we can worry about the bracket here. So let me get this all situated and kind of just mocked up, that way I can test fit the wheel. All right, so this is how the caliper bracket is supposed to look. However, like I said, I'm just mocking this up. I only just stuck a bolt through the top here. This bolt is actually just supposed to screw straight directly into the new caliper. Then this bottom, you're supposed to thread and tap it to accept a new bolt, but all I did was stick one of the old, I just stuck one of the old caliper bracket bolts in there just to hold it in place. That should be about where it goes. And then there's a new bolt that goes through here into the caliper. So let me grab the rotor, stick it on, and try and get the caliper fitted. It's looking sweet, guys. These things look real good in there. Be a lot better when they're black, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure that the stock wheel's not going to fit, because these things are definitely a lot bigger than the stock brakes. So, but they do look really good on there. Fits nice. I just have a lug nut holding on the rotor right now, but looks pretty good. So the moment of truth, let's see if this wheel fits. Well, you have to excuse my wheels. I know these things, they're old. So yeah, this doesn't fit at all, not even close. I do have it rested on there. Well, I guess it's close, but it looks like the outer diameter would clear, you know. Up here, probably gonna have to move the wheel weights on the wheels, but as you can see, the spokes will definitely just run right into the caliper. I don't even have the wheel all the way on the hub. Like, it still can get pressed on a little more. I just kind of have it resting here. I think maybe with a set of spacers, might be able to get it to work. I'd have to try them. I do have some on, let me show you, on the S13. There are some spacers because I have to clear these brakes as well, and there's like the smallest, let's see, there's like the smallest amount of space ever in between the spoke and this caliper, but I am running like an 8mm spacer, I think, right here, just under 8mm, just a universal spacer that kind of sits back there. And I do have extended lug studs on the front of this car, so I don't know. Obviously this is just a poor wheel choice, but it is what it is. It's been like this for a very long time. Haven't had any issues. I know that looks really close, but I promise these things never rub, and I use these brakes very hard. So I might try and take the spacer off of this and try it on the Lexus here and see if it'll work. So, well, the spacer definitely helped a lot. So I do have the spacer on there now, and I'm actually able to get the lug studs on, or lug nuts on there, which, by the way, what I'm doing, I don't know, I can't really suggest it. If I'm literally doing this just to see if the stock wheels are even capable of fitting at all. There may be some grinding occurring to this caliper. I am not sure yet, but as of now, this is definitely a lot closer than it was before. As I mentioned before, the diameter of the rim is not the problem. It's really the spokes hitting the face of the caliper, since the caliper sticks out a lot more. And yeah, I know, the proper way to do this would be to follow their directions on the website and get some 18-inch wheels, to which you can run, you know, the stock IS350 wheels. They don't look too bad on these cars, but to me, if I'm going to spend money on wheels, I'm going to buy the wheel that I want. Unfortunately, there's only two wheels, like I mentioned earlier, that I know for sure clear these brakes that are 17 because I don't want to run an 18. So that's why I'm trying to see if this factory 17 will fit. And as I mentioned, I know I've seen someone running them before, like on the forum, and they had a picture of it. So I don't know. I know he had to use a spacer. I just don't know how big. But I will definitely say that if you're going to run a spacer, you need to have at least a ½ inch or more of the stud sticking out past the spacer in order to safely run them. So I do have extended studs on, you can't see it on my Nissan outside, so that's a different story. So yeah, I mean this thing just barely starts to scrape the front. You can see here, see right down there, it's just barely scraping the front of the caliper. So I may actually just grind this caliper down some. And obviously, if it's sanded down and painted, you wouldn't even be able to tell. If you walked up to it, you couldn't even tell that it was grinded down. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Keep in mind, guys, this is not the way. This is the way I'm gonna try and do this, but yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what we get. Okay guys, don't hate me, but I did grind some of the caliper right there. It really is not a lot. It looks like a lot, but I promise you, it's maybe like a millimeter of the face of it. But as you can see, I have the wheel completely bolted down right now with the spacer, and it is rolling just fine. The only thing that is gonna contact are my wheel weights, which you can't really see. I don't know if I can show you. Let me know where they are. You can hear them. See, it just hit. My wheel weights are right there, or no, sorry, right there, and you can see they got some orange on them because they just barely touch the caliper, but that's okay. I can just have them move the weights over here and that'll be fine. But it's actually spinning and working, so confirmed. With a little bit of grinding and a spacer, anything can work. Obviously that can work in any situation. Yeah, I mean, this seems like this is gonna work just fine. I hope. The bottom down here is pretty close to the wheel, but not that bad. There's still some space in there. And like I said, my buddies that have the other 17s, their wheels come just that close to the caliper as well. So they have to be really careful about where they put their wheel weights also. So yeah, after, like I said, if I sand this down, paint it black, you won't even know. So you really can tell now, obviously, because there's a huge contrast between the two colors there. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna go ahead and run this. I am able to get about 5 or 6 turns on the lug nut with the stock studs, so I think that will work. I know it looks like that stud's really down in there, but these are shank style lug studs. So you can see that the lug stud part actually goes into the wheel and grabs the stud. So I think I'll be all right there. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off, and I'm gonna go ahead and tap that hole and going ahead and get these on and see if they work. Hopefully, I'm nervous because I kind of only have the bracket like test fitted in the back. So after I actually tap out that hole and put the bracket on properly, I really hope that the caliper stays exactly where it's at. It doesn't like actually move out more, because then it would definitely rub on the wheel, and then I'll definitely have to go buy some wheels. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed. Okay, I went on ahead and made some modifications to the splash shield or dust shield behind. Really all you have to do is cut off the, if you remember, it kind of comes around and lips up like this. You just pretty much cut that off. I went on ahead and chopped off maybe like this much of this right here. This did extend out this far. Same for this, it did extend up a little bit here. I just chopped it off because it was hitting the caliper. So I pretty much just chopped off that lip, and it actually, the rotor fits perfectly now, doesn't rub, and that way I can still retain, you know, this air scoop here to kind of provide some kind of cooling to the brakes. So yeah, let me go on ahead and tap this hole and get the caliper painted and mounted on there so we can see what it looks like. Got everything fitted. Sorry, there's like a reflection of the orange caliper on this
black caliper I painted. You can see, can't even really tell that I ground it down at all. I did go ahead and just paint this thing gloss black. Got the brackets installed. So everything right now is bolted up aside from me detaching the brake line and going onto this caliper. I didn't do that quite yet. I'm kind of gonna let this dry a little bit more, but yeah, everything is on there now. I got the rotor on there. I cut the splash shield so that fits great. It rotates in here perfectly fine. No issues at all. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just try and see if I can stick the wheel back on and see if it still clears. I'm hoping that it does. Man, that looks so good in there, guys. It clears. I can't really roll it too far though, because like I said, my wheel weights right here, they clear the top part right here just fine, but as soon as they get to the bottom right here, they kind of rub a little bit. I can spin past them, but I don't want to scratch up the paint. But yeah, this does roll and it's perfect. So all I'm gonna have to do is go to the tire shop, have them take those weights off and just move them in a little bit, and I should be good to go. So yeah, man, that's gonna be great. Like I said, these should provide a little bit more braking force and allow the pads to wear evenly. Obviously, I am going to have pistons on either side of the caliper so that they can press onto their pads respectively. So, and a lot more surface area, a lot more heat dissipation, and but mainly I'm stoked that these can fit behind the stock wheels. Everything is bolted down tight. I only have 3 lug nuts on there, but they are bolted on tight, or well, as hand tight as I can get them. It's on there now, and it looks like everything clears. So I'm obviously not going to show you guys how to do the other side because it will be the exact same, but I do hope that this helps somebody out. Most people switch their wheels anyway, but it looks really good, and obviously they are much bigger than the stock brakes. But yeah, overall I'm really happy with this kit from 350 Pi, I'm gonna just call it that, and everything fit perfectly. I know there was a lot of guys who had earlier kits where the rotor didn't really sit well in the caliper, like it didn't really sit centered, but didn't have any issues with this at all. Everything fits perfectly, and it's a really good kit. I definitely recommend it.
So I hope this helped you guys out, you guys with the ISs. And I'm not sure if this will work on a GS300. It very well could. I'm not sure. You definitely have to check out the website and see if it will work for those, because I'm not sure if these have the same styled knuckles or not. But I'm really excited to get these brakes on. Like I said, I've been having them sit around for about a year now, and finally just got around to trying to get them test fitted. So I feel like my phone goes off every single time I'm recording. I don't know if you guys hear that, but anyway. Yeah, got those on. They fit good. Just gonna have to move the weights, and after that should be perfectly fine. Obviously, if something goes wrong, I will definitely let you guys know. But I'm not gonna have to. Well, I'm gonna obviously have to bleed the brakes, but I can't do that by myself. So I'll just, have my son help me or something like that. But aside from that, I hope this helps you guys out. If you guys have any questions about the kit, or have any questions about, what wheels might fit, I do know of 2 wheels that do fit. I don't remember them off the top of my head right now, but I'll definitely let you guys know which ones do fit. If it's your first time on the channel, as always, appreciate you guys stopping by. Do check out the rest of the channel. Check out the S13, check out the EF sedan that I'm working on. I'll try and have more content coming up for those in the future, but until then, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.